Hi, everyone. From secret space photos to unsettling lunar discoveries, join me for my channel, where we uncover the latest developments in space that are guaranteed to leave you asking for more. But today we're going to talk about something a little different. Let's talk about NASA. Now, most of us associate this organization with inspiring feats of engineering, like launching the first American into space or operating the International Space Station. They also have laboratories all across the United States. However, there's one major problem. They never seem to tell us what they're actually doing in them. Today, we're going to reveal some of the most secretive and controversial NASA experiments performed on humans that we can't stop thinking about. So buckle up, space cadets. You won't believe what these scientists are really up to. Without further ado, let's get started. How do you feel when you look up into space? Inspired, overwhelmed, a bit terrified? Well, for one NASA scientist, their feelings toward the cosmos were so intense that they dedicated their life to contacting extraterrestrials. And we all know how well that turned out. Sign me up, right? Wrong. It's not exactly common knowledge that NASA has an entire department dedicated to UFOs, but it's true. Between 1960 and 1969, NASA employed a man named Carl Sagan to search for intelligent life beyond Earth. But his findings were never released to the public. In fact, in 2017, it was revealed that the government had been hiding over 400 pages of documents regarding the existence of aliens. In total, there were 1,500 pages of documents detailing first-hand accounts from military pilots and civilians who claimed to have seen unidentified flying objects. And although many of these reports were labeled as unreliable, there were still several that remain unexplained to this day. It seems that while NASA may not be able to confirm the existence of extraterrestrials, they aren't ruling it out either. Maybe they already know more than they're letting on. Now that we've covered the basics of alien research, let's move on to something a little closer to home. We all know that astronauts have to undergo rigorous training before they blast off into space. After all, being an astronaut is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. But did you know that NASA has also experimented on regular people? That's right. In the early days of space travel, NASA wanted to find out what would happen to ordinary people if they were suddenly whisked away to another planet. So they conducted a series of tests on unsuspecting volunteers. For example, one group of men were locked in a space simulator for 2 weeks to see how they would react to weightlessness. Another group was given drugs that simulated the effects of radiation exposure to see how their bodies would respond. And let's not forget about the infamous bio-servo vest, which was designed to help astronauts move around in zero gravity, but it ended up looking more like a bulky backpack with rocket boosters. Talk about a wild ride. While these experiments were undoubtedly painful and confusing for the volunteers, they provided valuable data for NASA as they prepared for the first manned space missions. After all, they couldn't just throw an astronaut into space without knowing what might happen. These tests ensured that if anything went wrong, the astronauts would be ready for it. While NASA's experiments may seem like a thing of the past, the truth is that they're still going on today, albeit in a much more advanced and sophisticated way. Take, for example, the Mars Desert Research Station. This facility in Utah simulates what it would be like to live on Mars and allows researchers to test new technologies in a realistic setting. It's like a real-life version of The Martian, except with less potatoes and more science. But the fun doesn't stop there. NASA also has the Virtual Reality Research Theater, which uses cutting-edge technology to simulate what it would be like to explore other planets and environments. With this tech, researchers can experience what it would be like to walk on Mars or fly through a nebula, all from the comfort of a lab. But perhaps even cooler is the Space Center Houston, which houses a replica of the International Space Station. Researchers can simulate life aboard the ISS, conduct experiments in microgravity, and prepare for future long-duration space missions. Who needs a backyard when you've got a whole universe at your fingertips? But hold on a minute, because we've saved the best for last. If you want to see what it would be like to be on a space station, then be sure to check out our video about the abandoned Alma's orbital space station. You won't believe what's really happening up there. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode. We've talked a lot about what NASA does in their space stations, but what about when they take their research underground? That's right. NASA has secret facilities hidden beneath the surface of the Earth where they conduct all sorts of mysterious experiments. What could they possibly be up to? Well, let's take a trip to Alabama to find out. Deep beneath the Red Sand Canyon in the town of Alabama lies an underground facility that's been the subject of much speculation and conspiracy theories. Despite being rumored to be a nuclear waste dump, the reality is that it's a top-secret NASA facility known as the Marshall Space Flight Center. Established in 1960, this center was originally built to support the Apollo program and develop the Saturn V rocket. Although it's primarily known for its work on rockets and spacecraft, the Marshall Flight Center also conducts research on a variety of other topics, including material science, propulsion systems, and even biological research. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Marshall Flight Center is its experimental mine facility located in the nearby town of Sheffield. This underground complex is used to simulate various space-related conditions, such as weightlessness and vacuum, to conduct research. But what exactly is the significance of this research, and why does it need to be conducted in secret? One of the key reasons for the secrecy surrounding the Marshall Flight Center is the sensitive nature of the research that takes place there. Much of it is related to national security and involves developing new technologies and systems for use in space exploration and defense. For example, the center has developed advanced propulsion systems for use in rocket launches and spacecraft, as well as materials that can withstand the extreme conditions of space travel. This research is highly classified, and any leaks could compromise national security. Another reason for the secrecy is the potential for commercial applications. Many of the technologies developed at the Marshall Flight Center have both civilian and military uses. By keeping their research under wraps, NASA is able to protect its intellectual property and prevent competitors from gaining access to it. For example, the center's research on advanced materials could lead to the development of new products for use in industries such as aerospace and automotive. But by keeping this research secret, NASA is able to maintain its competitive edge and ensure that other companies can't copy their work. Despite the secrecy, the Marshall Flight Center has made significant contributions to NASA's mission and the advancement of space exploration. Its research has helped to develop new rockets, spacecraft, and propulsion systems that have enabled us to explore the solar system like never before. Who knows what other discoveries will come out of this underground facility in the years to come? Just one more reason why NASA is so intriguing. It seems that underneath the surface of their seemingly straightforward space program lies a whole other world of secretive projects and mysterious research. As we continue to explore the final frontier, we can bet that there are even more secrets waiting to be uncovered. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more. This was Adam, and you've been watching your channel, Valley of Knowledge. Stay curious, and see you in the next one.